Welcome to Choose Your Adventure, a California story, where we've taken historic materials and turned them into a game-based learning activity loosely inspired by tabletop role-playing games like Dungeons & Dragons. All you need to play is a 20-sided die, your imagination, and a little bit of history. You don't need any prior TTRPG experience to participate. Would you like to play?
Yes!
First, some ground rules to maintain the safety of the group. Keep it rated PG. Avoid saying or doing anything you wouldn't see in a children's movie. Find solutions that aren't too violent, if possible. We don't want anything gory or gruesome. Be kind to the other players and yourself. Improv is not easy and creates vulnerability that can be intimidating for some. Be curious and open to learn. And most importantly, have fun! Today's adventure takes you to a farming town in Central Valley. Before you begin, choose a tool or object to take with you. Each one of them has magical abilities inspired by its real-life history, like this borax crystal, for example. It protects you from the elements, just as borax was once used as sunscreen. For those acquainted with Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, some tool features and abilities may sound familiar, as we took inspiration from this gaming system. For example, the previously mentioned borax crystal borrows from the Protection of Elements spell. Keep in mind, though, that you are not limited to the abilities on your card. Feel free to do whatever you want with your tools within reason.
With my musical instrument, I can inspire, charm, or even distract a creature with my music. Great.
The lasso is versatile. I can use it to wrap around someone to make them tell the truth, or use it to create a magical trap.
My gold pan is also multi-purpose. It can warn me of danger, plus I can roll the dice to see if I find gold wherever I am.
Now that you've selected your tools, I will set the scene for you. Travel back now if you dare. It's the 1880s and you're a wheat rancher in San Joaquin Valley. There's a monster that is taking over much of California, connecting cities with its tentacles and accumulating too much wealth and power. This monster's control is threatening your profession, harming businesses, and corrupting the government. Now, one of its tentacles has reached your town. It's a sunny day, but the encroaching tentacle is so big it blocks out the sun, making it hard for the townspeople to go about their business. You can hear the jingle-jangle of treasures from the monster's hoard stuck to the tentacle's suction cups. There's an overall feeling of worry and fear. You hear a stranger you don't recognize telling the townsfolk that it'll be all right, the tentacle means well. But this does not assuage those who are becoming increasingly agitated and angry by the monster's presence. You are also becoming increasingly worried about the impact to your home. What would you like to do?
We're gonna try and take down this tentacle. I think we'll go after that. Get a little treasure.
Tell me how you want to do this, and I'll roll for the tentacle in the environment. Your goal is to beat my number, and just a reminder, as a GM, I can re-roll ones, but you can't, and that's where your added abilities come into play.
I'm gonna throw my lasso around the stranger, get him to tell the truth to the townsfolk. What's really going on here?
I'm not supposed to tell you this. We're encouraging settlers to lease land in the town at 2 gold coins per acre, which is a fair price, as you know. But once the tentacle has completely moved into town, they'll increase the price to 20 gold coins per acre.
That's not cool, man.
Huh? What did I say?
All right. I start to play an upbeat tune with my lute, and I'm like, and I play a little horn, and I sing an anthem of resistance that is intended to inspire the townsfolk to unite against you and this monstrosity. I got you. Yes! I win!
The sound of music stretches across the town, causing more townsfolk to join with the crowd and pound their feet in rhythm to the music as an anthem begins to play, slowly encroaching upon the stranger and the tentacle. The tentacle shrinks back.
So I'm going to move to the front of the crowd, my gold pan held up like a shield, ready to block the tentacle from pushing further into the town.
Oh, I'm rolling poorly.
Oh, yeah!
The tentacle starts to whip around, agitated by the stranger opening his mouth, and starts to move frantically as the crowd pushes forward, attempting to dart through the gap. Our gold pan shield bearer is able to block the tentacle from taking advantage of the opening. It shakes about as if dazed, slowly receding, and as it does, treasures loosen from the suction cups.
Yes!
Oh, yeah.
The crowd rushes forward, gathering their stolen goods and treasures until finally the tentacle is nothing but a shadow on the horizon. You, our fearless party of heroes, have successfully combated the octopus, pushing it out so it no longer has reach in your town. What would you like to do with the treasures left behind?
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. We gotta give it
I
back.
mean,
We gotta
well,
give it to them. It
how much
belongs
can
to
we
them.
keep?
Yeah. The tentacle might come back too. So they
We're the
protect-
protectors of the town now.
Yeah.
And they need to pay us for that. As much as they can afford.
Within me.
Within me.
Okay, the town creates a fund for this champion. And well done, adventurers. You can rest easy from this day on.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well
Yeah.
done.
Nice
Good
job. Nice
That was
job.
fun.
Nice job.
Now, stepping back into reality, let's connect your adventure to the materials on the table. The octopus tentacle you just battled symbolized the railroad in California and the big four financiers behind it: Leland Stanford, Collis B. Huntington, Mark Hopkins, and Charles Crocker. Their corrupt practices earned them a monstrous reputation, famously depicted in political cartoons like The Wasp and literature like Frank Norris's The Octopus. They used pay-to-play tactics, demanding subsidies from towns and manipulating land deals, just like in the scenario you played. These abuses sparked a wide range of responses: lawsuits, new legislation at both state and federal levels, and local resistance efforts. Some communities formed anti-railroad political parties, even creating protest songs. And others, like the people behind the San Francisco-San Joaquin Valley Railway, built their own lines to break the Southern Pacific's monopoly. Reality is more nuanced and not as clear-cut as the adventure portrayed. There are examples of towns whose prosperity relied on the railroad passing through them, so that if the railroad changed routes, for example, the people would move with the railroad, turning once prosperous places into ghost towns. If you're curious to explore more, I've included additional resources like a virtual talk on the railroad's impact on farm communities, articles on those affected by the railroad, a piece on racism and satire in The Wasp, which was anti-railroad but also anti-Chinese, a deep dive into California's agricultural history, and a blog post about a ghost railway town. That wraps up our adventure. I hope you learned something new and had a little fun along the way.